Hello, guys, and welcome to the very first episode of Data Science Gupshup. I'm your host Naman, and joining me today, a very talented face, an IIT Kharagpur graduate and senior data scientist at Kutu.ai, Miss Dimple Bansal. Hi, Dimple. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and thanks for the wonderful introduction. How is your day going?
I am doing good as well. Whenever I, see anyone, from the field of data science, and I talk to them, I always tend to ask one question, like, what helped you to make this decision to get in this data science field?
Okay, so I'm chemical engineer turned data scientist. So back in 2015, when I started my career, so AI was quite a buzz. It still is. So it sounded to me something that I would want to try. So I went with the flow and wanted to see if my capabilities and interest aligns well with this domain. So as I grew into my career, I realized that this is something which is exciting to me and something I would like to pursue for the rest of my career.
Okay, wow. So chemical engineering to data sciences, wasn't that like a big of a change or a shift in your career path?
Yeah, I would agree to your point that at a very high level, it sounds like 180-degree shift from chemical engineering to data science. But if we look closely, it really isn't, because the learnings that I have had during my college years, I still find them to be relevant. So, be it my fuzzy logic or process optimization subjects from chemical engineering, so be it the other electives that I took from mathematics and economics departments, so, and to me, data science sounded to be a field where I was able to apply all those learnings and create an impact by solving real world problems.
Okay, that's really nice. I think our viewers can definitely get inspired from that. Irrespective of your field, you can always pursue data sciences. So now,
Sure.
once you have decided that you want to pursue data sciences, what was your journey like? Was there like was it difficult to get in the field?
So journey has been quite a roller coaster ride, but at the same time, I must mention that it's been a rewarding experience because for me personally, it was a gradual succession from analytics to ML and then to DL, and it surely didn't happen overnight. So for that, I have put up lots and lots of effort. I had to equip myself with the right material, right resources, and develop all the skills that data science demanded. So be it business, analytical, programming, and mathematical skills. So given that I was coming from non-CS and non-business background, it took me a while to figure out my way and make a mark.
So yeah, your career started from like as an analytics, and now you are senior data scientist. So in that journey, you must have you must have used a lot of resources and obtained a lot of learning. Can you please share some of the resources that that can help us and everyone uh, for to make a similar kind of journey?
Right, sure. So if somebody is starting out into this career, I would recommend that people should go through these online courses because these are concise, these are comprehensive, and provide you a high level understanding of concepts that you need to know. But if you want to dig deeper and understand these concepts better, you should go back to the books. But at the same time, I would like to mention one thing. So, contrary to the popular belief that you need to read all these books, know all these tools and frameworks before you can begin your career in this field, so for me, as long as your basics and fundamentals are strong, you can learn on the go. Because it's a continuous learning process, and as and when you grow into your career, so the use cases that you come across, you can always go back to your books and the research papers,
Mhm.
and all that bulky mathematics which used to scare you is gonna come natural and is gonna make sense.
So it's like just start in the career and maybe learn along with your projects and along with your work, right?
Right. So for me personally, also it was learning on the job kind of scenario. So definitely we should keep on learning and evolving.
Well, thanks for that. Maybe any tips for our new joiners, like who are very new to the field. What will you
Okay.
want to tell them? Like that's how you should start your journey, and this is things that you should remember.
Okay, so I have interacted and interviewed quite a few of freshers, be it fresh out of college graduates, my fellow team members, summer interns, right? So what I have realized while talking to them that these people are, very smart. They understand that AI is a future, and they are putting up all the required effort to succeed in this field. So my suggestions are very basic, but something very essential. So, and I can't emphasize enough how important these three things are. So they go like know your data, know your skill, and know your mathematics.
Wow. So can you please elaborate on each one of them?
Yeah, I would love to. So, when I say know your data, it means that you need to spend as much time as you can with the data, because there is this popular saying which goes like, torture your data and it's gonna confess to anything. It's funny, but it's relevant, because you need to get your hands dirty to get a clean solution. So
That's true.
now,
Yeah.
yeah, now coming to know your skill part. So data science is a diverse field. It requires a plethora of skills. So it has roles ranging from analyst, R&D, and then engineering roles. So you need to understand where your skills and interest lie, and according to that you should choose your role wisely. So as you grow in your career, you can always switch to other roles and make a transition to get a holistic view of what data science has to offer. So then coming
So
to know your math.
so
Yeah.
it's like you should know where do you fit exactly, right, in the whole
Right,
system.
definitely.
Ah,
Right, but having said that, there is always a possibility of transitioning into multiple roles to
yeah.
understand what data science has to offer as a whole, right? So now coming to know your mathematics part, what I mean by that is with recent advancements happening in this AI field, a lot of things are coming out of the box. So basically, you don't need to do much to get the job done, but you need to know a lot to do a great job, right? So you need to have that mathematical intuition and understanding to be able to open that black box and find the magic within.
That's really nice. So to again summarize, I would say it's know your data, know your skill, and know your mathematics. I think that's one very wonderful tips.
Right. So just to summarize all of this once again, so what I mean and what my suggestion to these young aspirants out there would be, so you need to delve deeper. You cannot hop on from one concept to another just for the sake of covering it all, because knowing the concepts at very superficial level and not being able to implement them in the right essence is not going to take you far. So if you want to do credible work and something which is production worthy, so I would suggest that you should make use of these open source data sets, these models that are available, and these public benchmarks, and you should dare enough to beat those benchmarks, challenge them, because that's something which is going to be a differentiating factor between you and an average data scientist.
That's a pretty solid advice. Definitely, I would myself like to follow it like during my day-to-day work, and I'll always try to recommend it. That's pretty good, awesome. So talking about work, like what's your day-to-day work look like? Like what?
Okay, so due to COVID, these days we are working from home. So our day starts with everyone coming together, brainstorming on your ideas, discussing our work updates, and then if somebody is stuck somewhere, we try to find a solution in a collaborative manner. But that only is the static and the constant part of my day. Rest of the day is dynamic, because I lead a 10-member team here at my current organization. So we at Kutu.ai are trying to build an AI platform which is scalable, and we work closely with Reliance Geo. So given that we are a small team, scalability and efficiency is something which is of paramount importance to us. So every day I find myself juggling over multiple aspects of data science, trying to communicate with my team and getting the job done. So no 2 days are alike. So there is no way I can pinpoint and say that this is how my typical day looks like. So, but at the same time, this is what excites me and intrigues me, because every day has a newer learnings and challenges to offer.
Yeah, that's pretty broad spectrum that you are covering, like with a small team of 10 people. That's pretty commendable. So, talking about work, can you please tell us about some of the projects that you have already worked on or are working on, like some of the cool ones, maybe?
Okay, sure. So there are these two projects that I would like to discuss in details, apart from the other project that I have worked on during my last 5 years of career. So they go like video recommendation engines and auto visualizations. So video recommendation engines, here we are trying to build a multimodal recommender systems for OTT streaming platforms. So here we are trying to create understand the essence of a video using the visual and the oral signals of a video, which means that we are trying to identify the key characters, the key personalities, the actions that are being performed, the sounds, and sounds, and then what are the different contexts that they are being talking about. So understanding the spoken languages. So then these entities we are using to understand the user interest better, so that we can curate personalized content and serve them as recommendations. All right. So
Wow,
then
that's really nice. I'm quite sure that will, give me good thriller movies recommendation that I would really like.
Uh,
Looking forward for that. Yeah.
yeah, given that you're a thriller person, so we will definitely recommend you thriller movies with all your favorite songs and actors. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Hmm. So coming to the second project that I would like to talk about, it's about auto visualization. So we are so long-term vision. We are envisioning this product to evolve into AutoML platform. So we have started with the automation of data exploration part. So it goes like it is a mutual decision making between the user here being the data science person, and the product. That product serves you summaries in form of tables and graphs, so you can interact with those summaries and understand your data better. So we are trying to solve know your data part, right? So then comes so this is going to eventually evolve into auto suggestion of feature transformations and auto suggestion of what is the model which should fit the best basis the data distributions and so on and so forth.
Wow. So is it going to cannibalize our own jobs? What do you think?
No, no, no. Definitely not. We should not fear AutoML because that would mean that we are having doubts on human brain. So human intelligence and human creativity is something which can't be replaced by machines just yet, or maybe not even in our lifetimes. So what our product is trying to solve here is we are trying to make data science people more efficient and productive with their time, because we know that 80% of the time goes into data exploration part. So if that time can be cut down into 10 to 15%, so there is lots and lots of saved time which we can use to solve even complexer AI problems
Wow,
that are to be discovered basically. Yeah.
that sounds pretty awesome. Like I cannot wait to use it because like in my current day-to-day life, lot of times goes and it gets wasted in understanding the data, like how to get rid of outliers and feature selection and all these things. I'm
Yeah,
very much looking forward to work with this particular project and use it.
yeah, sure, definitely. And let us know your thoughts on that.
Yeah, definitely. Looks pretty awesome. Okay, so talking about is there a particular secret sauce or secret mantra that you might be having that you want to share with us?
Okay, that's something personal, but anyway, now that you asked, I will share. So it goes
Thank you.
like yeah, so I call it a tip basically. So yeah, यहाँ पे T stands for thoroughness, I stands for inquisitiveness, and P stands for passion. So be thorough would mean that build and inspect your components thoroughly, because you will be truly amazed to know the impact that these components, irrespective of how big or small it they might sound, can have on your business matrix, right? So
Mhm.
then coming to be inquisitive part would mean that we as data scientists person should be curious and should be able to reason everything that goes in and comes out of our pipeline, because at the end of
Mhm.
the day we represent our models to business and we can't go like my model said so. So that would also mean that we should always be on learning mode to understand what newer advancements are coming up. For that, what I would say is keep your learning always on, because data science is a acquired skill. It takes time and effort to nurture and cultivate it. No point in time you can be like now I'm a pro data scientist because I have learned enough. No, it's a continuous learning process and you need to
Definitely,
learn on the
definitely it
go.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So now coming to P part, which means passion. By that, what I mean is more often than not, you will find yourself in scenarios where you will be restless and hopeful because you have invested so much of your time and energy, and it's been months and results are not making
Mhm.
sense. You're not able to understand your data well. You are still struggling with getting the model right. So here, it takes passion and patience to be able to experiment, fail, learn again, and repeat that cycle all over again till you find that one eureka moment where you have find one working solution.
Yeah, that's definitely pretty useful advices, I would say. As you call it, TIP,
Right.
thoroughness, inquisitiveness, and passionate. That's
Right.
I would like to recommend it to each and everyone. Like I think that this should be the basic base of being a really good data scientist.
Yeah,
Like
turn the tables, and I will request you to answer one question of mine. So given that you are ML practitioner yourself, so any suggestions that you would like to give to me and the audiences out there?
yeah, okay. So to you and audience out there, I would like to break this question into two parts. One for the experienced practitioners like you, and maybe to the new guys like who are just onboarding in data science. field. So for the
Right.
new guys, I would say, I would ask them to go and follow us at 3dataguys.com. We have lot of curated content for you with interview packages, MCQs, ebooks, tests of like list of lot of courses that are very relevant to you. Uh, there will be flashcards, there will be handwritten notes, and lot of other things, right? And we
So
also provide professional services like CV reviewing and one-to-one conversations for like experts with experts, right? So these are all the things that we are providing.
sorry for the interruption, but I must admit that it was very smart of you to plug in your ad like that in middle of a Googler. So what else to expect, right? So it's pretty appropriate of you. So and I highly recommend 3dataguys to all the people out there who are trying to make a career in this field, because it's quite a helpful resource, like you mentioned.
Okay, and to the experts, I would say,
So
if you're already in the field, I would recommend to start with the very basic model for, like, if you're targeting a problem, make multiple models for it. Like start with very basic model, just test on it, like is it working or not. Start with logistic regression and then dig deeper into maybe deep learning or many more other advanced model that you would like. First, do a small POC and check if things are working or not. And then, so simple thing, smaller the model, easier to understand, easier to implement, and easier to debug uh, and easier to debug and experiment with.
sure, it's quite a useful insight, and it makes all the sense, because we as data scientists tend to directly deep into DL models, because we think that DL is cool, DL is simple, and DL is magic. We need not worry
Yeah,
about data
yeah,
and features.
that's true.
But coming from business perspective, businesses don't have that much of labeled data to begin with on day one. So and the Occam razor principle says that the simpler it is, the better it is. So
Yeah,
we gotta be frugal with the time, money, and effort that we are investing in our models. And if we think about it, all the models that we are building, the simpler ones, are gonna serve as training data sets for all the complexer models that we would want to build eventually. So it's a win-win situation for the business and the data science.
yeah, exactly. Thank you for summarizing in a very different words that is very relevant to the business community as well. Thanks for that.
Right.
So yeah, I think that is our time as well. Thank you for joining here, and thank you for sharing your knowledge and your tips. Thanks a
My
lot.
pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, and hope to see you hope to see you again. And yeah, and I'll let my viewers know in case they have any questions. We will redirect it to you, and maybe we can expect some replies from you as well.
Yeah, sure. I would be happy to help them all, and I wish them all the best. And I hope to meet you guys someday and do great job together.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, then. Nice talking to you. Have a really nice day.
Yeah, have a good day and good luck with your venture.